Obviously, we're coming off a victory up at Colgate. Very happy about that, about the success that defensive we had and also offensively. Looking forward to the first conference game here against Elon, someone we were very familiar with. But at this point of the season, getting ready for games and planning for opportunities for younger players to get more experience. It's been it's been a challenge, but at the same time, it's been something that's the new normal now of getting ready to play college games, getting ready to play opponents. If you played in the spring season, now you're in the fall season. So we've embraced it, and as our team gets better, as the season goes on, hopefully we'll continue to get better in executing and better at getting some of these players back that have missed some time. But thus far, it's been rewarding. Hat goes off to the players and the coaches. But here we go again with another game and another Saturday. So we're looking forward to it. Yeah, Donnie, as we call him, has done a phenomenal job of just using his skill set. He's, like I said, mentioned, he's one of the fastest players we have on our team. He's gotten bigger, faster, stronger. His football IQ has improved, and there's so many things about him that are positive. I mean, I don't know if too many people know that not too long ago, his father was a recipient of getting a kidney donation, and so it's one of those things that have been weighing him down for a while. But then going through the process with his dad, and his dad now being doing well, is that Donnie's kind of he's got a new lease on life as well, because things are good at home right now. Things are happening for him on the football field. He's doing what he needs to do in the classroom and in the community. So I love him as an individual, and he's gonna be a really good player as well. So he's done everything right that we've asked him to do, and his best opportunities are still ahead of him, where he can have big gains, long runs, as we saw, last week, tough runs, as we saw as well. I think he just the sky's the limit for him. Every season, John, is, it's different based on, the graduates and guys having opportunities to come back, fifth-year players or guys that, are going to finish up getting their degree in order to graduate. To me, it seems like we're still, relatively young when we're talking about playing players. Our quarterback, both Hollis and Darius Wilson are still young guys. We had a bunch of freshmen that played in this past game. Ethan Yip was a true freshman that started at corner. Rye Yates, is a tight end that played. JT Mayo, scored a touchdown on a reverse as a receiver. So there are several players that are still in that young, first year to second year category. But I think that the elder statesmen on our team are the offensive line when you look at them, but the mixture of both, but particularly, being more stout, being more experienced in the O-line position is something that's helped our team, particularly when you got skill guys, new quarterbacks, trying to find your receivers that can make an impact. Sure. Yeah, it's I believe that, having been an old defensive line coach in college and in the pros, is that it all starts up front, with you guys that are up there. A run defense is you're only as good as your defensive line guys up front. And the same thing with a pass defense. I'm quite sure our corners like the fact that, our guys up front have been able to apply pressure on the quarterback, whether it's a sack, a hurry, or hits on the quarterback, that the next time the quarterback drops back, that he has them in mind in terms of releasing the ball earlier, or the trajectory of the ball because of the pressure that you apply. So, you look at the guys, Kylie, Carl Fowler, Termite, who we call our nose tackle, those guys are guys that played in college football games. And you got a young guy like John Pius, that rushes the passer and does some good things with, versus the run. So when you can play stout up front versus the run, and then you can apply pressure to the quarterback, then, you play the type of game that that you put offense on their heels. And so we just don't want to be able to just stop the run and then you can't, then they throw the ball all over the field, or just, be good pass defense and not rush the quarterback. You got to have a balance and the best of both. And right now, only, again, we've won 2 games right now. We have yet another game to play of a really good opponent. We'll talk again after that game, if we're improving or staying the same. Yeah, I believe they've done well, Marty. Again, it coincides with the amount of rush that you're getting up front. Right now, that the safety rotation of Malcolm Spencer, Ty Freeland, Gage Herdman, those guys have really done a good job. It's when you have safeties that are basically kind of veterans, because those guys have played in college football games, and so that makes you it makes you more experienced. Our safeties call the coverages, they make the signals, they communicate to the corners, and so it's critical to have safeties that are experienced players. Our corners, I believe, like Ryan Poole, I believe has played really, really well. Might not have heard of his name as much, but he's the kind of guy that goes to the field and says, okay, I'll take their best receiver. And sometimes you got him one-on-one. Other times you play within the scheme of the defense called, but he's done a good job. Players have stepped up at the corner position. As I said, Tate Haynes was there a few weeks ago, but Ethan Yip stepped in. Greg Cuffey missed last week because of the passing of his father. He's back. Jalen Joyner has been out for a little bit. He'll be back. He was a young man from DC that's, again, one of the fastest players on our team. So it's a work in progress, but there's experience in those positions where the safeties are calling the plays or calling the defenses and making the adjustments for us, Marty. So pleased right now. But as I said, we got a long season to go to still make sure that we're gelling back there together as a unit. Yeah, Connor, he's handled it pretty well. I mean, he is a guy that's that is a leader, on the field, off the field. He's very vocal. He's very supportive. He's not a guy that if he's not playing, he's sitting on the sideline, sitting on the bench. He's up. He's encouraging his teammates. He's getting back to health. He's getting back to a position where he can be effective in every way, running and throwing. It's just one of those things that when his body is ready to respond to the rigors of being a quarterback, then it'll be ready. But, if he can go, he'll go. If he can't, then we'll try to do some things to minimize, issues that may occur with him. But he's a selfless leader. He's a guy that encourages Darius when Darius comes off the field. He talks about the looks, of the safeties, one high, one low, whatever it may be. And then also when the defense is going, he'll encourage his defensive teammates. And so, Hollis has done a really good job of being what a leader looks like. I mean, a leader's not always the guy that's always playing or starting. It's a guy that might be in a role that's there to encourage or motivate. And he does all of that. So, we look forward to the opportunity for him to get 100% healthy. If there's ever such thing, once a season starts, anybody getting 100% healthy. But he is an integral part of this team, and we embrace, what he does and things he says to get us going.